What if I told you that moving into a smaller home isn't a step backward? In fact, it's really a step towards more freedom, security, and happiness. Many people associate downsizing with loss, but today I want to shift your mindset. At Fry Realty, we like to call this rightsizing. And this means moving into a home that better fits your life so you can live more comfortably and stress-free. Studies show that people who live in smaller homes actually report lower levels of stress and higher levels of happiness compared to people who are living in larger, underutilized homes. Another study found that 60% of people who downsize report greater sense of freedom in that first year that they make the move. In this video, I'm going to cover the real benefits of downsizing, the biggest myths about moving into a smaller home, and why waiting too long could actually do more money in the long run. If you want to hear more about this and anything related to real estate in Louisville, Kentucky, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications. Hey everybody, my name is Beth Geyser. My partner Zach and I get calls every day from people just like you. And whether you're moving in 9 months or 9 days, we're here to help. All of our contact information is in the description box below. We'd love to help you make your move. Now let's get into it. All right, before we get into the benefits of rightsizing, let's talk about some of the common misconceptions and myths that people have around this idea. Let's explore some of the misconceptions and myths that might be holding you or a family member back from making this move. First is people think that they'll lose their independence if they move. This especially applies to older individuals who think that if they get out of that big house and they get somewhere smaller, that somehow their identity has changed a little bit. The truth is that rightsizing actually gives you more independence, because you're moving into a house that is better designed to fit your needs. Studies show that seniors who move into a smaller home are actually 30% more likely to maintain their independence longer than if they had stayed in that larger home. And this is usually related to the functionality of the home itself. Getting into a house that doesn't have stairs, has wider doorways, or doesn't have any thresholds can be safer for people, especially as they age. When you think about your home right now, what's something that you feel like is holding you back? Maybe it's too much maintenance or yard work or stairs. Well, a second misconception is that selling the home is too overwhelming. You know what? You're right. It is overwhelming. You've been in this house for a really long time. It's filled with your possessions, and you just don't even know where to start. The truth is, it's overwhelming if you try to do it by yourself. But with the right support team, it's completely manageable. At Fry Realty, we connect our clients with estate sale professionals, financial planners, estate planners, junk haulers, you name it. Everybody and anybody that you need to help make that move a little bit smoother. And we'll oversee and coordinate everything for you. We recently helped a couple that have been in their home for more than 40 years. Downsizing for them was really, really overwhelming, but we connected them with the resources they needed to get out of the house and into their next place, and they're so much happier now. We broke it down into small steps, took it bit by bit, and within weeks they were in their new home. When you think about your current home, what's the hardest thing about moving? Is it thinking about packing all your possessions, putting them all into boxes? Whatever it is, think about what those barriers are and write them down. We can help you address those and create a plan that makes it feel so much easier and manageable. One of the last misconceptions is that people think that they should just wait until they have to move. The truth is that waiting too long can limit your options. If a crisis forces a move, like falling down the stairs or hospitalization, that waiting too long can actually limit your choices. Because if you wait until there's a catastrophic event, you may have fewer choices. You may end up moving into a place that wasn't what you wanted. You may end up in a place that wasn't your first choice. 75% of people who proactively make the move report feeling much happier in the long run. You really don't want to wait until it's urgent. Now that we've done some myth busting, let's break this down into 3 critical areas: financial freedom, lifestyle benefits, and long-term peace of mind. All right, first up is financial freedom. Older homes tend to have more costly repairs. You've lived in your house, say 20, 30 years, and there's probably been some deferred maintenance on it. And those repairs pile up, and that ends up costing you a lot of money. Also, older homes have systems requirements. Maybe the HVAC's gotten older or the water heater. And the accumulation of those costs can total tens of thousands of dollars. Now, the average homeowner over the age of 65 has more than $200,000 of equity in their home, but many don't even use it to enhance their lifestyle. Rightsizing can cut property taxes, utility bills, and maintenance by as much as 30 to 50%. Let me tell you a story about John and Susan. So they had a 5-bedroom home, 3.5 baths, 3,500 square feet. But the truth was they really only lived in about 3 rooms: the kitchen, their bedroom, and their family room. So when they decided to downsize, move into a much more manageable space, they actually ended up saving about $1,500 a month. Who wouldn't love that? And they use that money now to travel, spend time with family, get out and enjoy their lives. If you could eliminate one major expense from homeownership, what would that be? All right, let's talk about lifestyle benefits, which is less maintenance equals more freedom. People spend an average of 12 hours a week on home maintenance. What would you do with that time if you could get it back? A right-sized home means fewer unexpected repairs, more walkability, and a home that's actually designed to fit your lifestyle. Imagine waking up in a home that's perfectly sized for you. You don't have to spend your Saturdays doing yard work, heavy maintenance on the house. Instead, you just get to go to the coffee shop, spend time with your friends, more time with your family. How different would your daily life and your weekly life, especially those weekends, feel if you were in a smaller space and had more time on your hands? We had a client who stayed in her home for many years after her husband had passed, but over the years, it began to feel overwhelming to her. The house was too big, the property was too large, and she wasn't able to keep up with it like she used to. And frankly, she just didn't enjoy it like she used to. She was kind of isolated, out of the country, and was really looking to make that change. Once she moved to a condo, everything got better for her. She was in a space that was more manageable, and she was able to lean into spending more time with her friends and family. Her social life really opened up, and she's just living a much happier life than she was living in that much larger home on a larger piece of property. What would you do with all the extra time if you had it? Hey, look, we work with estate sale managers and downsizers all the time, and we can help you too. If you're thinking about making that move, give us a call. Okay, next we want to talk about long-term peace of mind, which is planning for the future. Nobody thinks it'll happen to them, but falls are one of the leading causes of injury in older people, and 60% of those happen at home. So many homeowners wait, of course, until a catastrophic event happens before they move, and that makes the conditions of that move so much more stressful. It's stressful for you, it's stressful for your family members. One advantage of working with a real estate agent sooner than later is that we can plan before you're in crisis. We can help you find the house that best fits your needs, so you can look at that next chapter of your life and just live stress-free. An advantage of working with a real estate agent is that you get to plan your future and you get to stay in control. You want to plan before a crisis forces you to take steps. Rightsizing isn't about giving something up. It's about choosing a home that truly fits your needs and your lifestyle. If you are a family member or considering this transition, now is the perfect time to start looking at your options. What part of the rightsizing process sounds the best to you? Financial freedom, less maintenance, or more spare time? Love to hear from you. Thank you for watching Living in Louisville. If you're considering buying or selling a home in Louisville, Kentucky, we'd love to help you out. All of our contact information is in the description box below. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or our favorite, set up a Google Meet. We look forward to working with you.